Hello guys, I'm Thales, and today's How to Slice we're going to be checking out some collapsible swords. So let's start. This is the Colossal blade. As you can see, this is a massive sword and will look really nice. As you can see, just the blade is the size of the build plate. As you can see, it will fit your 220 by 220 millimeter build plate, and this is a really nice project. So in this video, let's take a look at the best settings to print this model. First off, we got some tiny parts right here that are quite easy to print. This right here is where you attach these two blades. That's gonna screw in this region right here. And as you can see, the other parts are quite easy to print. The hardest part to print is the blade right here. As you can see, it's a really tall part and it has a quite small walls. So we're gonna take a look at the best settings to print. As you can see, they are kind of spaced. So you're going to be able to swing and it's gonna extract the whole blade. So it will look really nice. If we take a look, none of the parts will need support. The only critical region is on this part right here and this part that have bridges. So it's kind of an overhang and a bridge. And so you could be printing this without any support because it's gonna be in the interior of the project, right, the piece. So if it leaves some scars, you're not going to be able to see. So you don't need support for these regions right here. I would recommend printing all of these parts in with 4 walls and 15% infill. This is quite nice. So right here, I would recommend increasing to 4 perimeters and printing with a 15% gyroid. It needs to be really rigid because you're going to be swinging this sword all over and you don't want it to break or anything like that. So this is something nice that you can do, is increase the infill and the number of walls. So let's go back to the blades. They are the hardest part to print in this project. If you take a look under here, as you can see, it's got a poor bad adhesion. As you can see, this first blade right here has got a good surface area, but this part right here, they're kind of little. So we can be adding a little bit of a brim to this project right here, so it holds tight to the build plate and you're not gonna have any problems. You just need to remove the brim after print. So you can attach and they will have a good bed adhesion. And I would recommend reducing the speed. So let's do that. So layers and perimeters, you can be leaving layers and perimeters at 0.2. And this is a really big print. You can leave it at 0.2 because you're not going to be able to see those tiny little details and lines. If you can be reduced it to 0.18 to get a better quality print, but it will take a lot of time. So this way I'm going to be optimizing time and quality, and I'm going to be printing at 0.2 millimeters. As for perimeters, you can leave it at 4 because I said for the whole project. The other parts, 15%, it will not influence this piece because this is a tiny bit piece. It's not gonna have 4 walls, I think, because it's really it's not that thick. So let's go to skirt and brim. Right here you can select outer and inner brim, and we're just gonna be adding a 5 millimeter of brim. This is just gonna help attach those tall blades to the build plate. For support material, we do not need any support material. As I said, over here in small perimeters, we're going to be decreasing this value to 50. And for perimeters, we're going to be reducing to 70. And let's see, there's bridges, it doesn't have any bridges. Support material, it's not going to have any support material. And fill external perimeters, reduce this to 75. So we're going to be decreasing the speed so we can get a good quality print in this part. So as you can see, we changed the configurations to print the blades and it will look really nice. Something I would be careful with is make sure that your printer is well calibrated and all of the screws are tightened up, so you're not going to have any Z wobble, because you might have, as this is a really tall part, sometimes you're going to mess up, so it might be some loose parts on your printer and will mistaken a bit and leave some Z wobble. So let's slice and take a look. I just sliced and we encountered a problem. As you can see, as this is a really big piece, when I added brim, the brim is outside the build plate. So we're gonna have to correct this. And what we're gonna do is, as you can see, let's go back. This blade right here doesn't need any brim because it's got a good bed adhesion. So we're gonna be reducing, not enabling brim for this one. So let's take a look. So it doesn't need any brim. So what we're gonna do is select it. So it's select, right click, add settings, go over here to skirt and brim, select brim type and brim width. And as you can see, I'm just changing the configurations just to this blade. So what we're gonna do is select no brim. So this way is gonna remove the brim just to this around part. And what we're gonna do is go to settings, skirt and brim. We're just gonna be reducing the skirt to 0 because the skirt, it was outside of the perimeters of the build plate. So this way, let's just go back. Let's see, it changed. So let's slice and take a look. So as you can see, I just sliced and it corrected the problem. So now we got brim only on the inside pieces right here and not on the outside. So it does not cross any boundaries right here of the build plate. It's going to take 3 days and 8 hours to print on your standard Ender 3v3 SE. And if you reduce and take a look at the speed right here, you will see that it reduces the print speed on small perimeters. So it's going to be printing the whole project around 70 millimeters a second. If we go down right here, you are going to be able to see all of the pieces. And the other parts can be printed with no brim, 4 perimeters and 15% infill. And they will be really resistant, so you can swing the sword all around and will not break or leave any scars to the piece. So as for the multicolor version, as you can see, it will apply the same things I said for the monocolor will apply to the multicolor version. So the blades will fit much nicer in the Bambu Lab A1 or P1P or P1OS because the build plate is bigger. But as you can see, you can be printing multicolor for some parts. I would just recommend doing the multicolor print and separating the build plate so you can use waste less filament having to do the color changes. So this is gonna turn into a really nice project. So the model is ready to print. Make sure you check all of our models in stlflix.com and I'll see you in another one. Bye-bye.
I hope you guys enjoy it. Those slicing videos are an initiative from STL Academy, which is the educational project from STLFlix. So if you guys want to learn more about 3D printing, you could check our description and look at STL Academy courses. And don't forget, see you guys at the next slicing.